Researchers placed red roses in front of people, and guess what happened? The psychological effects of red roses. They noticed that the red roses had a significant effect on the right prefrontal cortex, an area of the brain associated with stress and mental strain. So stress levels decreased and comfort increased within just 1 minute of viewing the roses. There are many amazing facts about these beautiful flowers, and today we will explore that together. So let me first welcome you to my channel, and today you will watch me paint my oil painting titled Red Rose, Blue Sky. Red roses have been associated with the most beautiful occasions and have inspired lovers and artists. But they also were linked to myths, facts, and historical events, some of which are bloody. I'm sure you will see red roses differently after this video. So let's get started. Numbers and red roses. Did you know that 250 million red roses are sold worldwide just for Valentine's Day? In America, 2.6 billion is spent on Valentine's flowers, and 80% of these flowers are imported from Colombia. But have you ever asked yourself why the red rose is associated with love? The legend of Aphrodite and red roses. There are many Western traditions that can be traced back to Greek mythology, and red roses are no exception. It is said that Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty in Greek mythology, fell in love with a mortal man. But unfortunately, while he was hunting in the forest, he had an accident. Aphrodite cried over him as she watched him dying in her arms while bleeding, and red roses bloomed in his place. And since then, red roses have spread across the earth and became a symbol of love. Other stories say that roses were originally white, but one day Aphrodite injured her foot with a rose thorn, turning the roses red. However, Valentine's Day itself has a dark past. Valentine's Day origins. The origins of Valentine's Day are said to date back to a fertility festival in ancient Rome called Lupercalia, which lasts from February 13 to 15, during which sacrifices were made and very strange rituals were performed afterwards. But the name relates to a story of Saint Valentine, who lived in the 15th century, when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men would make better soldiers than those with wives and families. He chose to ban marriages for all young men. But Saint Valentine thought that this was unfair and continued to bless the marriages of lovers in secret. When his actions were discovered, he was executed on February 14th. But red roses weren't always a symbol of love. Wars of the Roses. In the 15th century in England, the red rose was a symbol of war, as it was the emblem of a bloody civil war called the War of Roses. The Lancaster family, the red rose, and the York family, the white rose, fought for the throne. And the war ended with Henry Tudor marrying Elizabeth of York, merging the two roses together. But the cost was tens of thousands of lives. Do you remember what I said about the effect of roses on emotions and their role in reducing stress and enhancing positive feelings? That's what I feel right now while painting this rose. These roses really do have a positive effect on mental well-being. Red roses in art history and pop culture. Roses have always been a favorite subject for artists, regardless of time and artistic movement. One of the most famous paintings that comes to my mind right now is the Meditative Rose painting by Salvador Dalí. Do you know any other paintings? The red rose also has a significant presence in cinema and culture as well, like the magical red rose in Beauty and the Beast. The finished painting. Now I'll share the result of my painting with you soon. But before that, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel and write yes in the comments if you like the video and want me to continue making more like it, where I paint or draw and tell you about the things I've read or heard. I finished the painting here. What do you think of it? But if you think red roses have a big impact, wait until you know the amazing facts about sunflowers and the heartbreaking stories associated with them. So watch the next video where I'll tell you all this while painting a beautiful sunflower. Bye!